My name is Aram. Welcome to Godsfall. Godsfall is a custom actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast that is written, played, recorded, and produced in Washington, D.C.
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm playing the 5th level Dwarf Paladin, Torrvic Wildtongue.
My name is Doug, and I'm playing Dorro, Knott, 5th level Halfling Rogue.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm playing Xion Praeten, the 5th level Human Sorcerer.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm playing Rina Falaval, a 5th level Wild Elf Ranger. Last time on Godsfall.
The party was surrounded by an army of orcs, goblins, bugbears, and cyclops, while Dorro witnessed his dwarven ally being run through by a massive spear.
No, Torrvic!
He's gone.
But now that dies.
Marking the Cyclops that struck down Torrvic for later revenge, Dorro teleported to his friends just before they were overwhelmed.
I reappear in the middle of the group and I say, time to go!
So you all vanish from where you are, just as swords and Xion slamming and teeth and you reappear at the top of the castle.
The players rally their allies, and Queen Cyrena orders their catapult to fire, with unexpected results.
A couple people load one of the rocks into the catapult, and it's like crank, 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 and she fires, and it soars through the air, strikes some invisible barrier in the middle of it, falls straight to the ground, and you just see a big red X appear in the sky.
All right, hold off on any more attacks, I guess.
A miniature of the fallen dwarf Torrvic appears in the table before the queen, and she places it on the map, summoning their friend back to life.
And she picks it up, and she puts it on the table, and Torrvic, boom, appears right there next to you guys.
Oh, shit!
Torrvic!
What was that? Torvic's back!
What the fuck just happened?
The Inhuman army pressed the attack, swarming around the small keep and over her walls. However, the tide is quickly turned when they employ their sabotage siege weapons.
A couple other orcs are around the sides, and 4 grappling hooks are fired. Actually, 6 are thrown up, but 2 of them fall back. So there's a grappling hook here, one here, and one here now. Fire! And you see the 3 catapult arms all come up at once, all continue through, smashing through their central columns. Bits of wood go flying out. You see goblins and orcs impaled with as they just explode on their mountings, flipping rocks straight into the air, sometimes backwards onto people. Probably 24 more people were killed right there.
The players' victory is short-lived as Queen Cyrena calls their attention to the waters behind the keep's narrow rise.
From the top of the tower, from where Cyrena is with the table, and you all kind of look over to see her, and she's blowing into some kind of silver horn that she's found, and she's pointing to the left and into the water. And as you guys look over, you can see a boat, a ship, cresting around this rocky area here and coming towards where you are. A large boat armed with catapults and warriors.
Eager to take the fight to their enemy, Torrvic uses his newly found ability to seemingly transform into any animal he can imagine.
All right, well then I'm turning into a giant eagle.
Okay, we don't have to roll for that. You are now a giant eagle.
All right, and I'm going to start flying toward that chieftain.
The siege raged on, and more pieces began to appear on the map laid before the queen, as one rather large miniature caught her eye.
And she looks at it and she smiles and she turns to you and she said, well, this should make things interesting. And she places a dragon turtle down in this water. Dragon turtle! And you guys hear a roar and an explosion of water as a very familiar dragon turtle appears in that kind of shallow bay area cut into the rocks.
Joining his dwarven friend in the middle of the siege, Dorro scoops up the orc chieftain's headdress and places it on his own.
I
take the headdress and I put it on.
As you put it on, you're instantly connected with every single orc, every single ogre on that entire battlefield. All of them stop and turn to you.
Stop what you're doing!
Every single one does. So all the people that were fighting, that were clawing, that have been raising weapons, lower them and turns towards you and begin to move towards you.
I command you to dance non-threateningly.
Okay, so there's a bunch of orcs and ogres right now who are like, kind of hopping.
Oh my god!
You enter from the west and you step into another small semicircle and iron bars that block the larger room beyond, the only feature of which is a massive sand timer that sits in place where a center column would normally be. 4 gold hand imprints line the inside, 2 on either side of the bars. So basically, the larger room is beyond you. You're in a small semicircular room facing it with iron bars facing an opening, and you can see a huge sand timer in the middle of this room.
Is the sand timer moving?
No, just all the sands at the bottom.
That's once we go in.
Yeah, that's what.
Once we get in, that's where the handprints are, right?
No, the handprints
Handprints
are
are
on the inside
inside
of the small room.
Okay.
Handprints and then bars are blocking the outside, but all the handprints are on the inside of this
So
small
knowing like handprint means walk up and touch it.
So far it
I
has.
walk straight forward to the hand and just put one on.
You go whoomp, and you touch one, and that one glows to your touch.
All right, I will run an investigation. I'm gonna look around on the ground for any little things that are gonna grab our legs.
Yeah. All right, roll investigation. Fair enough.
Or notice how the floor is gonna collapse right here.
12.
Torrvic's on panel
12. I mean,
Fallout.
it all looks like solid, smooth stone, but it did last time too. So I mean, you're not really sure what you're looking for here.
Just put your hands on the prince, man. It's just.
You're going to get us all killed.
Vroom, and then vroom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Para was gonna go step
Yeah.
up, but then you walked up.
Yeah, 'cause I was
and-
like, just,
right,
yeah.
boom, and you're like, oh right, there's 5 of us now. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, it doesn't have to autofill. Oh, Para might
it
have
was
to go away
always
now.
4 people.
Oh yeah.
Now we got an extra one.
Oh, he's
Para's
there.
Red shirt.
Everyone touches their handprint. They all glow, and the bars slowly rise up. As they're doing that, the whole thing flips over.
No, we've got not enough time for do something.
The
Quick,
sand
go.
timer flips over, itself slowly and silently lowering as a series of circular walls rise in rings from the center, creating a vast maze of narrow passages that stop and are open at the top. As they rise up, you guys see that shimmering of that energy field that meets along all the tops of the walls.
Of course.
I'm not mapping this for you. I'm going to draw what it looks like in the opening, and you're responsible for mapping the rest of it.
Are there any godly representations that we see?
Yes, actually, now that you mention it, roll
God of
religion.
confusion.
17.
You see there's 2 gods in the center along the ceilings, right? Like with the rest of them, are the gods of luck, speed, and time.
So Jodar, Sinos, and whoever time, Minerva or something like that.
Minerva,
So what
I
you're
believe.
saying
Yeah.
is we have to go as fast as possible to get lucky at finding the exit to this maze?
So we were. in,
Let's all split up.
I turn into a rhinoceros and just.
All right. I suggest we take the first left every time until we run into something that stops us, unless anybody else has a better idea.
How does my touching the road thing work?
You can do this. You can touch a road and you can see any path along it, but only so much as it shows you someone you know or a place you've been to. So you could touch a path and teleport to any place you've been to on it, or know any other person on that path, but you can't see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So everybody said, oh, don't bring that extra battery, but if we had just thrown it on the other side of the room, then
Yeah,
boop.
while everything was going up, yeah, I could just teleport
Throw the battery
everyone
quick!
over there.
All right. So somebody, unless you can do anything.
No.
Am I lucky? Can I touch you and like?
And hope I teleport to the other end?
No.
No, you can't do that.
So because I want my perceptions to be even more heightened, I'm gonna turn into a cat.
Okay.
So any perception rolls, I get advantage.
Perfect. Okay. Torrvic turns into a cat. There's a small black cat now, like prar, prar. Yeah.
Meow.
He has this sick beard, this sick cat beard.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, the cat has a beard. In fact, every creature he turns into has a beard.
Bearded?
Yes, yes. Every single one.
bearded
Birds,
whale.
mice, dolphin, I don't care. They all have a beard.
Somehow has a beard.
All right. I hand
I
Para.
nonchalantly walk away from all of you because I don't want to be around you.
Okay, yeah, right, because you're a cat. Right.
All right. I hand Para the chalk
Okay.
that we had.
All right, you do have chalk.
All right, Para. You mark our trail as we go.
Okay, so every time you guys make a turn, he'll mark which way you've gone.
Yes.
All right.
Unless
done.
the walls move, but
Done and done.
Okay.
Unless the walls move.
Unless anybody else has another idea, let's take the first left every time
Okay.
until it doesn't
Thumbs
work.
up.
All right, so you follow that passageway all the way to the south until it juts north.
Wait. Okay. Now I'm confused. This way is east.
No.
East.
Other way.
East, west, south, north.
Hey people, quick break here. We tried to describe this maze in the best way possible, but clearly it might be a little difficult to follow along if you just have the audio. We've posted this level and the maze and every level of the Union up until now on our website at godsfall.com. The images and the layouts will probably help you visualize this episode a little bit more. Back to the show.
So this passage goes all the way around.
All the way to the south.
south?
Sorry, all the way to the north. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All the way
Yeah.
to the north.
Stop right about there.
Who's in the lead, by the way?
You.
Any two
Well, no,
people?
I'm going to be perched on someone's shoulder. I'm going to
Perfect.
jump on someone's
Perch
shoulder.
on-
Oh, well then you're on me then.
Yeah.
Because I was behind
Yeah,
you.
so it's a
Oh my God! Reverse dwarf.
yeah, half dwarf.
The catling.
Yeah, the cat
Catling. Except you're, yeah, that works. Catling.
The catling has formed.
Sounds like a Gatling gun, but like.
All right, so that's what you're looking at now.
much more awesome.
Okay, so we're going to continue to take every first left. So we're going to head this way.
Okay, so you continue down for a while. That makes you go up and back around to about here. Okay, so once you get to that point, you can either continue or there's a gap, and if you go through the gap,
Which we
you
will
can
because we're
go-
taking our first left, every first left.
Okay, so,
We go this way.
all right, so you know what? Let's
And
draw.
Para's making marks for everywhere that we turn.
Draw a purple line to the path you've taken so far.
How does it work for like perception? Like just as we're walking, that is what I'm doing, is just perceiving and.
I mean, you guys have been looking, and I mean, there hasn't been any, it's just been empty hallways.
And we don't
so
hear
far.
any sound of walls moving or anything like that.
The only sound you guys hear is your own footsteps and the sand dropping
Me
through
purring.
the thing. And him purring, yes.
And we're moving quickly.
Yeah. You're moving at a rather quick pace, actually.
You have a good pace.
Good pace. We're not dialing it. Okay, so then we take our left.
Okay.
Are we heading to the? It looks like we're heading to the hourglass.
This is where a virtual tabletop would be.
So helpful right now.
Yeah, critical.
So you can either go this way or go that way.
So left.
All right. And there is, you come out through this one, and then one more passage open below you. And then there's just a solid wall along the other side.
Okay, so left.
Into that one? Okay. Follow this one for a while. You get to roughly here, and that jogs north again, and you have an outside wall like that. You guys have been walking for about 10 minutes now, and nothing, literally nothing has happened so far at all. It's open here, and you can go back up. So there's like a way to go back up here. There's a way to continue going, and they can also jog down into this area here, or it continues on.
I guess we'll go left until we can't.
Okay, so you go left and you continue on for about 60 or 50 feet until you can see that there's a dead end about 20 feet in front of you. The way that the walls curve, you're going to hit a dead end.
Okay, turn back.
The second you turn back, you hear a "ah." It's the same buzzer noise you heard in the other room, and I need whoever's leading to roll a die 20.
But that would technically be both of us because he's on my head.
Okay, well, Dorro, you roll first, and he'll roll the next one.
Okay. What is this? Just
give me a number.
Oh, 3.
So as you turn, you don't hear a buzzer, you hear a beep-doo, and nothing happens.
So we go back to our X right here. Now we have decisions to make.
Yep.
Meow.
so awesome.
I kind of want to get to as far across the wall as we
You can go one passage left, or you can go to the right. You can double back the way you were coming, basically.
I'm just feeling going right now. Is that okay, guys?
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, so we're gonna go this way.
All right, so you travel that way for about 50 feet, and then there's another loop out, and you can either, so there's another loop north, and you can either continue going
mean
left.
south?
South. You can either continue to go, it hits the outside wall, it looks like, 'cause it's taller than all the other ones. You can tell immediately that it's the outside wall. You either continue to go left or go to the right. And you want to go left?
So I'm gonna go this
left.
way. Yeah, towards the west.
Fuck. All right. Well, you walk left and you make it through the maze. So you actually picked the one path through the whole
Aram,
fucking maze.
You know I make a lot of mazes.
I know,
right?
I know. But look at this thing. Look at this thing that I made.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude. Never fuck with the maze.
I know.
maker. So you should have known this.
Oh my! So we literally picked the.
You picked the exact path through it.
All right.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
And we ruined 3 hours worth.
Sorry, Aram.
That's all
Sure,
right.
it was fun making it.
That's how that goes sometimes. So you guys get to the end. You're like, oh, and the bars, a slide open. The sand is still. Well, actually, no, because as soon as you get to those bars, it stops. It rotates back over and locks, and the sand just kind of dumps back into the bottom of it. The walls don't. No, actually, no. So it would lock back into the bottom. All the walls come down, and you can still see that even though it's turned over, even though it's locked, there's a constant pour of sand into that center area. You can continue up to
From
the
the
next
ceiling?
floor. No, well, just from
Like it's coming
nowhere
from
it
the
would
floor.
seem. Well, it could be
Well-
coming from the ceiling, but somewhere at the top, the sand is continuously pouring down.
A magical sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Then when I jump off Dorro and I just start cleaning.
Excellent.
No.
Yeah.
Then I turn back into Torrvic and. All right, we're ready to go now.
Perfect.
Onward and
He
upward.
just plucks a single whisker, throws it down, and he's ready to go.
Oh, God!
Oh, Jesus, Torrvic.
That's the weirdest thing you've seen.
What the hell have you been drinking?
All right, as you ascend to the 7th floor of the Union, the air grows warm and carries a heavy perfume of budding flowers. The room that greets you is dominated by a single circular lake. A strip of grass about 50 feet wide runs along the far edges of the walls, and while a much smaller island rings the central column. The rest is a flat pool of sparkling water about 4 feet deep, lined around the bottom and sides with turquoise glass tiles. A carving of the god of peace dominates the blue sky, and the central column glows with a warm, inviting light.
Peace, eh? Do you see any other god symbology? Or is it just peace?
Just the bare-chested god of peace with his hair flowing and his arms reaching out to the column in the center in a very kind of welcoming gesture.
All right, well, I'm going to investigate. I don't know what y'all are going to do.
I'll go
Sounds like
too.
a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look around.
Perception.
Sure.
Are we going investigation or perception?
Perception.
Okay.
Or investigation, whichever one you want to roll.
6.
Okay.
It was a
6?
2 plus 5.
6!
21.
6! You're cough up a hairball.
Yeah.
21.
I'm preening
I
myself
rolled
as
a natural
dwarf.
20.
19.
Nice. Okay, so
We waste all of our good rolls.
As you're like, yep, Torrvic goes look his arm is like, oh, wait a minute. And then the rest of you are kind of looking. I mean, there's nothing out of the ordinary. There's no birds, there's nothing like that, but it's not that stagnant, humid air that was in the last room with grass. This just feels pleasant. It feels like the perfect day with the perfect temperature and the perfect amount of humidity. The water is the perfect amount of cold, both for drinking and for immersing yourself. And everything feels just about right in this world.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink
We need to
some.
make
I'm gonna
it.
All right.
I'm gonna start stripping. Like,
All right, excellent.
I'm starting
Pulling
to
off
take
armor and everything.
Pulling off armor and everything, and
It sounds like a good idea.
Dorro takes
I'm
a
drawn
gulp
to
of
this
the
water.
water. So as you're leaning down, you kind of like catch your finger on like a jagged part of your ruined clothing at this point. You're like, ah, fuck, and you pull a little like barb out of your finger, and there's a little bit of blood. You suckle on it.
I was already wounded. You know that, right?
Oh, you were already wounded?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Remember
so
when I got stabbed?
That's right. You were stabbed.
He was
I'm
stabbed by
drinking the
cute
water
one.
in the peace
Right.
room.
Okay. So you drink water, and as you
I know what a
do,
safe room is. Come on.
your wound heals up.
Yes, I know.
As
now.
if you drank a potion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, totally take my water skin and empty that with shit water and
All right.
fill it with this.
Okay, you fill your water skin with enough water to equal 4 doses of healing potion. If the water works the way you think it's going to work, you have 4 healing potions.
Like theoretically,
in your,
this
yeah.
will
You walk
happen.
out of the room and
Yeah.
Well, then it's water.
Yeah.
Now my water skin's full again.
Right, the
Dangerous
worst he's
water.
going to have is water,
the
right?
same thing I had in it before I left the room.
Yeah. And you guys all have a relaxing, very kind of energizing bath in this beautiful,
I just sit in
glorious
the water
room.
and then chill.
That's fine. That's fine. But it's nice. It's a
Yeah,
very,
come on,
very
join
nice.
us.
You
You're
go
one of us now.
It's a team
apparently.
building
Man,
exercise.
Come on.
I'm not ready to
Splash,
team build
splash.
yet.
Not quite at that stage.
Paris fine with it.
I
Paris fine with
stand
it
up
today.
in the water, full like nude.
Yeah.
Rina, what are you doing? Come on!
Well, the
It
wa-
is fantastic in here.
Well, it's also 4 feet deep. And so you're like,
I walk to where it's super awkward
Yes.
for everybody.
Excellent.
There's a nude.
it's
dwarf.
great.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, I'm
So
doing the
naked,
windmill.
you should be
and-
too.
You're like, oh god, I guess dwarves have 2 beards.
Yeah, you can't see it because it's just this braided beard that I have.
That's inappropriate. Yeah.
That's inappropriate.
That is. Just that.
Just
that.
Things we've said in this year of a podcast.
Yep, nope, that's where the line was.
You had offered to take the first watch, and Dorro had glared at you and said, well, I will also take watch. Because does not quite trust the elves.
Yes.
All right? Everyone up to speed? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
After all, they are our ancient enemy.
That's true.
And I watch you sleep and steal babies.
Yep. Speaking to each other at all during this time?
I'm actually not doing my job very well. I'm in fact just glaring at her, watching
So
her.
she's on watch, and you're just glaring at her the whole time, like in the middle of the camp. Okay, excellent. All right, so that's
I feel
what
like
you're
I'm
faced
just
with.
paying it no mind. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, split up.
All right,
Most people do.
perfect. All right, so as you're sitting here on watch, you're recognizing that day is passing. The sky is turning to night. Whatever effect this is to create sky is working. It also feels colder. You can feel a shift in the air, and night is starting. You can see, you can like a glow on the horizon where the sun has gone down. The pillar in the middle has dimmed to a soft moonlight, and stars are beginning to appear. As that happens, the god of peace vanishes from the sky and is replaced with the god of dreams. Perception. You're out. You're
Yeah.
out. Just from these two.
13.
Not natural 20.
Not natural 20? What do you mean? Oh, I got you.
It's got a
Sorry.
20, but it
Yeah.
wasn't natural.
All right, you're just still glaring at her, and she's walking around the edge, doing her actual job, or what feels like an edge. Because even though you think there's a wall, I mean, it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely a stone wall there, but it also feels like you could be in a vast area, even though you can clearly see the edge. It's
Right.
a very strange feeling. So you're patrolling, and you happen to look back, and you can see him staring at you, but you also notice that everyone else is asleep, but they seem to be reacting to their sleep. They're shaking once in a while, twitching, and they all, like if they're all in a really intense dream at the same time.
So I'd probably
Then
go over to, I'd probably, seeing at the twitching and discomfort. I still don't know much about sleep.
You don't
Still
know what
learning.
sleep is.
I'm still learning.
All right,
So,
so-
I'm,
good point.
I'm gonna walk up to Dorro and I'll be like, is that normal?
Don't
Do they do
touch
that?
me. What do you want?
They're twitching. Do they normally do that?
Who?
And I look at them. Oh. I don't know. Let's find out. And I go over to Torrvic and I just kick him real hard.
With
Like
your
the normal,
little foot.
hey Torrvic, get up again
Yeah.
thing.
Nothing. No reaction whatsoever from Torrvic. He just keeps twitching.
No, this is not normal.
Okay.
I think it has something to do with that, probably.
Pause. So, you all are having the exact same dream, okay? And this is what you all see. You stand upon the wide open platform that juts forward 2/3 up the sheer, featureless face of the Union's Onyx Tower. The platform forms a near circle. The platform forms a near circle, spreading out some 200 feet before you, with a familiar six-pointed star emblazoned in dark gold at the center. In the middle of this star is the same stone platform the players first saw in Orm's temple, its flat, smooth surface sporting 2 pair of golden hands that hold aloft a dark stone hoop run through with veins of bright violet. 4 humanoids sit around the hoop, each with a hand outstretched and fingertips barely holding on, as a blast of wind from some invisible or unknown force lashes them violently enough to lift their cloaked bodies off the ground. With their hoods blown back, you can clearly make out their faces. An elf bearing skin so pale it appears nearly translucent, with violet eyes that seem to glow from within and long white hair. A young woman with hazel eyes and short black hair cut into a tight bob.
Human, dwarf.
Human.
Does she look like the Kadarian woman from earlier?
Which Kadarian woman?
Actually, I wouldn't know the one that Franny saw.
Correct.
Never mind. But does she look like the one in the inn
I would've
at
known.
whatever it's called at Port
I
Bliss?
would know because
Yes.
I'm the one that
I saw her.
Yep,
I saw her
exactly.
too. Yeah.
Yep, you
So-
both saw her, and yes, it looks exactly like her. A tall, slender man with bronze skin, a shaved head, and a bare chest that bears dozens of deep, angry scars. He is human and looks remarkably like Aram, the son of the god of earth Ogun, who stood up to Baros. And last is a stocky, older gentleman with a crown of thick, graying hair that just brushes against the deep, amber tunic that covers his broad shoulders.
Human?
Human.
3 humans and an elf.
And what looks like a pale elf. Each of the 4 stretches their left arm out and dumps a handful of sand into the center of the hoop, glittering with the same gold as the star below. The sand is immediately picked up by the invisible force, blasting each of them back, forming into a cloud of pink and purple that envelops them, as if the astral realm had suddenly exploded into our world, and just as quickly reverses a direction to suck everything and everyone back into the hoop, all vanishing in a bright, sheer light. When your eyesight returns, the 4 are gone, leaving only burned traces of their forms in the floor beneath them. And all 3 of you wake up.
Well, we've seen this before, but now we see it better.
The other 2 have no idea what you're talking about.
What happened?
We were in a dream.
What is going on?
But Caitlin's not here.
I saw it too, says Para.
It's
Oh,
night now?
What
What
are you guys
happened?
talking about? I didn't see anything.
You guys have been asleep,
That's usually when we have dreams.
right? I just figured.
What have you been doing?
We've been I've been watching over you.
Okay, no, I was watching too.
What happened to this place?
Well, while you guys were asleep, the room kind of changed, I guess. It kind of changed into that.
Do I recognize that figure?
Yeah, you definitely recognize the god. I mean, all the gods are pretty clearly identifiable. You've seen these gods represented over and over before, very clearly the god of dreams.
Who is that?
God of dreams, supposedly.
Good dreams or bad dreams?
Yeah,
what happened?
The old
The
god
old
of dreams.
God of dreams. Before Caitlin.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Pre-Caitlin.
pre-Caitlin.
Where's Caitlin?
We just had a dream or a vision or something. We saw the 4 that were holding that hoop from Orm's temple before. They poured sand into the center and were obliterated. But I saw their forms better. Their hoods fell back. That way I was able to see. One was a stocky human male with gray hair, and one was Aram himself.
Looked like Aram.
One was that lady that we saw
He was
back in the
definitely
Bliss.
thinner than Aram. Like Aram was really bulky and big, and this guy was kind of slender, so it looked like Aram, but it wasn't Aram. Unless something happened to him, unless Orm was on a starvation diet.
Orm must have been on a starvation diet.
I was gonna say, you don't know it's not Orm. It could be him.
Yeah, Para.
Wow. Wow. And rifts have formed.
No!
Para's noticing bodies now of other men.
It was slender and taut. And
Para, stop those wandering eyes. All right. Anyway, and one looked like the woman that we saw in Port Bliss, the Kadarian agent.
The hot one.
that's fair.
She was angry though.
That's also fair. She was both hot and angry. Some people are hotter when they're angry.
Yeah. And another one was a pale elf, kind of like Kailu, but not him.
No, well, Kailu's got the violet eyes of his clan, but these pale elves are basically albinos. I mean, it's a very clear thing. You can see the veins. I mean, this is a very different thing than Kailu.
All right, well, delete that part.
Yes.
And another was a pale elf with violet eyes. A man. I don't know anything else. They grabbed that hoop and disappeared. I don't know what goodness does any of us.
It wouldn't be the first time we ran into a magical artifact that killed people.
It was a dream.
Yeah, but we're in the land of dreams or whatever, so...
Weren't you following a wolf?
We also all had the same dream at the same
Whatever happened to
time.
that wolf?
So you both...
I want everyone who was asleep to roll intelligence.
I'm going to use one of my new dice for this. Yes.
Bought some fancy new dice, did you?
14.
Didn't help you. Hang on,
Para
sorry.
2.
Son of a fucking bitch. Okay. Para rolled high enough. Para reckoned this is where my DM's luck bites me in the ass because my NPCs rolled too high. Para, he seemed really focused, like kind of distracted for a second. He looked at you and he's like, I don't know, this may be dumb, but that sand looks really familiar. Like it was from the hourglass. It was that gold. It looked the same.
Well, I don't want to go downstairs.
Well, I don't either, but I'm just saying, like, I think that might have been what that was.
Maybe. We don't have any more sand, though. Do we?
Do you remember what hourglass I'm talking about? When you guys went through the maze.
It's been a long time.
When you guys went through the maze room, when the maze formed, that giant hourglass in the center flipped over and there was a golden sand within it that was pouring out to the bottom. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what Para thinks they had in their hand.
Well, if they were using, that would explain how we saw that Bob woman, assuming that she really is the same person. I guess maybe they used time magic around here to go back in time and try to change things. Well,
we don't know when that was. Maybe, did they go back or did they go forward?
I'm trying to
I
think.
mean, if they went anywhere in time, we don't know. Like, did that happen before? Is it gonna happen? Is it happening now?
Did they go out of the Union or in the Union?
Well, this all basically means nothing, so why don't we wrap up and head upstairs, everybody?
Is that what you want to do?
Says Dorro as he's packing up his things.
As he's packing his
Well, have we
bedroll.
had a full rest, though? Are we still tired? Okay.
Yeah, sure. This is at the end of the full rest. You've all had a full rest.
Well,
It's
we've
dusk.
We've had full rest. Those two.
Ah,
Well,
so
she doesn't-
do you want more rest? Who
Y'all want
wants
to sleep
go-
and try
Who
to
wants to sleep
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
sleep.
Chamber of Dreams?
I'm tired. I
Right.
assume we're all just
I
gonna...
don't sleep.
So
You can meditate. We'll watch over
you go to
Dorro.
sleep. You
Someone should
meditate.
just carry me.
Right? You could.
Get back in the baby harness.
Yeah.
You want to
I
sleep?
get the baby harness and let Para carry.
Okay. So
Now you are.
This actually might be a bad idea because I'll alert enemies.
yes, you
because he
will.
snores
With
when
your
he's
giant
have
sword.
it range of audible.
Yeah.
How would you stay asleep?
Maybe it's 30. It might
All right.
double that.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
I turned into a kangaroo.
Okay.
Yes!
And
And
I
put him in your pouch.
I
and
do this.
And I put Dorro in the pouch.
I let it happen.
So there's just like a muffled sleeping. So you'll do 4 hours of meditation.
I don't
then
have to if I don't.
Oh, you don't have to? Okay, well
I'm
then
good
there's
right now.
well then he's not going to get the rest because he needs 8 hours. He's going to move. Something's going to happen. He's going to wake up
okay.
and it's going to ruin it. It's a really good idea, but
Oh, no,
Yeah.
If
I
I'm the
figured
only
just
person
rest
that
here.
needs it, we could just push on.
yeah, but if there's an encounter, you're not going to sleep through it. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no,
Just go to sleep here. It's fine. We'll watch
Yeah.
over.
We'll
Yeah.
trance and sleep in the
All right, you have if you just trance anyway.
Yeah.
Just to,
Why not?
you have this. You guys have the same vision at the same time.
Okay.
It paralyzes you in a way you've never been. You've always been in your waking trances. You're always able to do anything, but you are locked and shaking just like he's shaking for this period. There's nothing you can do to wake them, and then boom, they both pop out of it at the same time. And you had the exact same dream that they had.
Did you see anything else that we missed?
Yes.
What's that?
I couldn't help but notice that all their robes were made of cotton.
How do you know that?
Interesting.
I've seen them before. I've seen robes like that.
He would know fabric types because it really matters when you're going to pick someone's pocket what kind of fabric they're
No,
wearing.
I don't know. I was just trying to pick some stupid random detail. Really.
Fair enough.
That's what we
So,
call
like-
sleeping, Elfie.
I'm like, shaking a little bit. I'm like, do you do this every night?
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm awake.
I have lots and lots of nightmares of my brother.
Oh. Sorry,
Every
Kara.
time has to be Jesus.
Don't tell the party. No.
I hope you have one of those studio audience. Oh, so you can put in there.
We
yeah.
do. We need like a laugh
Yeah,
track.
like
Like the kazoo, the wah, wah, wah.
I get those pretty easy.
Well, is there anything else to do in here? Are there any stairs? How are we getting out of here?
No,
Yes,
that's a
where
really
are-
good question, actually.
where are
As
the
you
stairs?
ask it, dawn rises, the column begins to glow again, and another circular ramp appears on the far outside edge on the opposite way of where you came in, so to the east.
Yeah, I don't see why not. There's nothing more we can do here. I'll
Okay.
keep all this in mind. You know, we know that there are the 4 people that supposedly time traveled, maybe, but we don't have anything we can do about that right now anyway. So,
Truth.
maybe
Fair
not.
enough. And we don't know which way they went. Forward, backwards, linear, maybe it's just transportation, maybe it wasn't even time travel, who the hell knows? As the players wind their way around the Chamber of Peace and Dreams,
That's us.
you step
As
through.
we.
Yes. You step through the ceiling to find yourself in a massive empty room. A small pedestal sits in the center, about half a foot in diameter, rising to an arm's height for a human. There is a depression at the top of the pillar. It's like a little, that kind of thing, almost like a basket. That's it.
Walk up to the pillar.
Okay. The ceiling stretches above. It's a pretty dim room. It goes higher than most of the rooms, and you don't know how high it goes. You can't see the ceiling.
I levitate a rock. All right, Para.
Yeah, Wonder Twin Powers activate. So Para puts 2 fingers on the rock, and it just glows. No fire, just a night light, like there's a tiny sun glowing from within it, and there's warmth.
Levitate the rock up to as high as I can.
Easy enough. And it goes a good 400 feet up before you just see a ceiling. Just a stone ceiling,
No holes
as
in the
flat
ceiling.
and featureless as the one below you.
No mosaics of gods.
Nothing in this room at all.
Well, this is the most boring of all the rooms.
Yeah, the largest and most boring so far.
It's an empty basket.
Yeah.
Dorro, come here real quick.
What?
Wait, what? Ah!
It's too small for Dorro. It's like it's like this big. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, well, I don't see anything else to do, so.
Bad egg.
Wow, that's an old reference.
I'm old.
Forget that.
All right, so
I am an old reference.
Yikes.
not seeing anything else to do. Hopefully this isn't a trap that's going to kill us all, but whatever. And I bring the rock down and into the basket.
And he goes, ding, 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 and just glows.
Maybe we should look around. We haven't done a search check.
Yeah, let's look
Like,
around. So we're going to spend a good
Eon,
20
haven't we?
minutes looking around.
So while they're looking around, I walk and grab the basket.
So we're just gonna take 20
Okay, well,
minutes.
it's not. When I say a basket, let me describe this better. A stone column, perfectly round,
okay.
that ends
like
in
Harry
a
Potter.
sort of basket
Okay.
shape. Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
like
just
a hollowed out stone.
exactly.
A
Yeah.
concave.
Yes.
Yes.
Concave stone. Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
I'll roll. Are we rolling perception?
Well, you guys are taking a 20, right?
Yeah, I thought we were
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
take
yeah, sure.
Okay.
I thought, yeah, I was
mean,
like, I was
yes.
You walk every inch around this place. There isn't a seam, there isn't a crack, there isn't a feature. It is completely 100% smooth, featureless stone in every single direction. When you go to where it meets, there's no crack, there's no seal, there's just continuation of stone. It's as if the entire thing was carved out, except there's no tool marks and no rough edges, and everything seems exactly mathematically perfect.
Okay, in this
right,
20-minute time, I'm also going to levitate up to the ceiling and
Okay.
see if I can see any seams or anything else up there.
Is
Sure.
all the stone the same color?
Is all the stone the same color?
Yeah.
Yes, all the stone is the exact hue of onyx.
What kind
That
of
dark
stone is it? Because I would know.
onyx. Onyx has the quality of being very, very coal black, but also a little bit translucent for the first half of it, so you can kind of see into it, but you're just seeing into more black, so it's a weird kind of black.
okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dorro, do you know how much this room is worth? So much.
Actually, this room would obliterate the onyx market for all time.
take a point of inspiration.
Yay!
Turn into a Charizard.
Yeah, right. Yay!
You wouldn't know that
At some point, I do know Charizard. I'm aware of Pokemon.
You fail.
I'm aware of Pokemon. I'm aware of Charizard and Lightning Dude and who?
Wow.
Wait,
You've
wait,
never been a trainer. Stop.
wait. No, I
So now you're
know.
naming the new Pokemon, Lightning Dude, I think.
No,
is one of the new 472
Pikachu, Lightning Dude, Pikachu. And I also know that the entire economy is based, like the entire world, all the economy, all the gyms, every resource possible in this world is based on Pokemon. It's all a Pokemon slave economy in the weirdest, most fucked up way possible. If you really break it down, it is a fucked up game.
Oh, yeah, well, it's basically dogfighting. It's basically the entire
It's
community.
adorable dogfighting. If the entire world
No one
dedicated
dies,
everything
dies
to
out.
this task,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so there's a depression.
Yes.
We fixed the economy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna be here a long time.
I've got to die. I can just roll a couple times. I'll get it eventually.
Well, if we search everywhere and we can't do anything else about it, why don't we all stick our hands in this depression and see what
I
happens?
was gonna say, cast it.
Okay. It's kind of cold to the touch, and like a little awkward to get your hand in because it's a little small.
Put some water in it.
No, it's all like, the huddle high five thing,
Okay, you all like pile on top of each
Yeah.
other, like well maybe my hand should go first, and you're all nothing.
Can we do that focus divinity thing?
That would be a good practice for you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody clear your minds and
Oh,
focus.
this again.
And let's all focus our divinities
All right.
on this stone pillar to make it do something.
Well, like what? Like what am I
I
doing?
don't know.
Burst into flame. I mean, like what am I doing?
No.
Turn into orangutan.
Focus your
Oh, wait.
energies on me. I'll force it down.
Oh, all right. And he puts a hand on your shoulder. All right, everyone roll Constitution.
17.
20, not
20.
natural.
Not natural.
Nice.
24.
Nice.
10.
Right, you feel
The tower collapses.
rush of energies flow through you, right? And you feel, even though you didn't roll that well, you feel like a focus. You can just channel all of this through your force down through this pillar. Do you do so?
Typical.
No, I pull back.
Yeah? All right. Okay, so he pulls back. All of you feel like that bridge, the energy that was being built up leaves you. You kind of feel, and
we
you
feel his ability to push
yes,
that
absolutely.
down?
You felt what he could have done. You let that energy disperse from you. You feel it
What are you
leave
doing?
Away
right?
from us.
Now, all the walls and the floor and the ceiling for a brief second pulse pink, like a little pink-purple cloud within the stone, and then vanish.
Oh,
And go dark
why
again.
do you- I know what that is. You know what that is, right? Did you see that? It was just like the astral.
I was afraid to do it. I felt too much power flowing through
I
me.
teleported around the room. Blah, 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 blah. See if anything's happening.
And nothing happens.
Nuts.
Yeah.
We should try going into the astral. Oh, no, I don't want to use the Eye of Saw.
But you were feeding your power.
What if we release the
Perception when you say that. Everyone. Who's got the ISA? Yeah. Michael rolls perception. Zion rolls
You have it,
perception. Actually, sorry, only Zion.
Oh, okay.
You
I
have the
have the Stone of Ogon.
Yeah.
No, does Cyrena have it?
Cyrena has it.
Oh, right.
Cyrena has
I
it. but
forgot
she
about
was-
her the
I
whole
forgot
thing.
she was in the room. Shit. God damn it. God damn it.
Yay! Another
wait,
NPC.
so,
Forgotten to the times.
She
of-
dreamed with us.
So,
She dreamed.
the
She's really
no.
tired from the dream.
God, she did. She would have dreamed too. So Cyrena did dream as well. Cyrena, the entire time you guys have been talking, has just been standing and looking at the pillar in the center.
We're just
okay?
ignoring her.
And then Cyrena,
She can't.
yeah, Cyrena rolls, and she was like, perhaps the Eye of Saw.
Perfect.
Right. So she reaches to pull it out, and as she pulls out, it is already glowing.
Wait, I thought you didn't have powers.
Why isn't she passing out?
Because she's.
What do you
not
see
above
right
us.
now?
Yeah, an army.
Nothing. Just I mean, I see that the eye is glowing.
Wait,
I
you've
do
never
not
seen
want to put
right?
that.
Oh, you've
eye.
never seen the Eye of Saw. Yeah. So
Okay.
she is holding a teardrop gem with 3 diamonds crested at the top of it with a little kind of silver hook where there'd be a chain going through it, and it is glowing from within with a pink purplish energy.
Would I
The
know?
same you
Put
just
it in the
saw
ball.
flow through the walls.
Would I know what it is though?
No, she doesn't know what the Eye of Saw is.
Okay, well, because
Because
Haggett did.
neither did Haggett knew what it was.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
told us what it
Haggett,
was.
Haggett wanted to told her.
Okay.
She didn't need to know.
Right.
She wouldn't have said, "Oh, by the way, there's an
That's
eye
what I
of
thought.
Saw."
Well, I don't know, in her elf training, whatever.
Maybe, but not for this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Should the players place the eye of Saw on the pillar?
Don't touch
No,
anything.
I didn't do it. We didn't do it.
No, I
Yes, she
told her
did.
to.
Who
And
did?
Cyrena just dropped it in.
Rina.
She shrugged and said, "Okay," and she dropped it in. The room is instantly transformed into a column of pink and purple cloud-like energy, a clear signal that your reality is now that of the astral realm. Woohoo! Now visible, the ceiling reaches 400 feet above and ends in a single golden handprint in the dead center.
I do the naked
And then all of you simply start to levitate into the air.
Grab that damn eye.
Reflex saves.
Dexterity.
For what?
Damn it, dexterity saves to grab the eye before you float past it.
I'm going for the handprint.
Well, you're all floating at the same rate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not paying it. I'm
fair enough.
yeah.
17.
All right, and you grab it. So you just your fingertips and it's like you bobble it for a second, but grab it. And nothing has changed and you're floating upwards.
I put it in my back.
All right, so you put it in your back. Everyone's you know that scene in Willy Wonka where you're all kind of floating upwards? Yeah.
I begin farting and burping incessantly.
Well, first of all, nothing's changed, and second of all, nothing's changed. That's what you always do.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
true.
the one that. Yeah, no.
No, you're farting.
I look at him going, now you see the fun in it.
All of your farting and burping does nothing.
No, I'm going straight for the hand. I
Right,
wanna,
so you just kind of like do.
Again, once again, waiting. Just.
All right.
But like
I've been here before.
Right.
But you
Cyrena is also levitating.
Yes, all of you are levitating upwards at the same rate in a circle where you pretty much were.
I'm just kind of barrel rolling.
But if he like turns into a sparrow, okay.
Yeah,
It's like sparrow.
Yeah, I'm still not like thinking about that.
Sure, you're just kind of
Yeah.
floating.
Just
Yeah,
float-
because you'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Why bother?
I'll let Torrvic handle this.
So, as the floor beneath you vanishes into a wispy pool of pink and purple clouds 100 feet below, a flash of light draws your attention to the eastern wall of the tower above. Because even though you're in the astral realm, it's still like a column of the astral realm, and it still has walls to it that feel solid but wispy at the same time. Like you can kind of reach through them.
Indistinct.
No, like clouds now. They've been replaced. I mean, you can't see the stone. It's just columns of clouds all around you. A hellish creature materializes from this glow about 100 feet above you.
Way too nonchalantly.
Its spheroid body heavy with scales and sporting a single gaping maw. A massive eye that sits above this glistening chasm of fangs turns to look at you, as do several eye stalks around it.
Hi, friend.
I need, how would you, I guess intelligence to identify this thing? Intelligence or whatever the magic thing is.
Arcana.
Okay.
One.
So 21.
You're pretty sure it's a beholder.
Beholder!
Thanks for joining us for the first part of Godsfall's mid-season cliffhanger. We're busy editing the second hour now, and we'll have it up this week. Until then, be sure to check out godsfall.com, where we have tons of notes and maps and character portraits and other information to really help flush out not just this episode, but the Godsfall world in general. While you're there, if you want to help us out on Patreon or drop us a donation via PayPal, we would really appreciate it. All of your donations go towards me having more time to edit this show. We'd also like to say a special thanks to our friends at One Shot. They were incredibly gracious hosts while I was visiting my family in Chicago, and we learned a lot from them and their incredibly successful Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure every single one of you have heard about them, but if you haven't, go check out the One Shot Network. They're simply incredible and really sweet people as well. So that's it for this episode. I'm going back into the editing booth, and we will see you soon for the second half of The Top of the World.